Yo, what's up? It's Hampton TV back again. It's been a minute since I recorded a video, man. Not really a long minute, but it's been a minute. Uh, just trying to stay current with certain topics. You know, I like to talk about a wide range of everything, especially the things that have to deal with sports. Love sports, man. Mainly, you're gonna hear me talking about basketball, football, a lot of boxing. Um, just almost every sport that I really like to be attentive to. You know, I like a lot of sports, man. I like volleyball, I like tennis. Um, can't stand baseball anymore. Don't like golf. But you're gonna hear me talking a lot about a lot of things. It's not gonna just be about sports mainly, but I do love sports. It's a big part of my life. It's like a timeline for me. You know, you're gonna always remember, what you were doing, how old you were when the finals began. You know, let's say the NBA finals of last year. What were you doing? You know, who were you with? What place were you at? You're gonna always remember this stuff, man. So to me, sports is very important. You know, a lot of people look at it as, why do they put so much energy into sports and talking about sports? Why do they have debate shows on daytime TV talking about sports? You know, some people think it's corny. They think it's a waste of time. But for me, it's a timeline. And that's how I like to live my life. Based on sports. And plus, I played a lot of basketball. I ran track and field, dabbled in a little bit of football, not too much. And so it was just growing up. You surrounded yourself with that. Everybody in the neighborhood played, and if you weren't playing, then you probably didn't really make friends that easy. So sports kept me out of trouble, kept me out of the gangs. Just it kept me moving around in the summer, things like that, man. It kept you out of a lot of situations that you normally probably would have been in if it wasn't for athletics. So that's the way I see it, man. But anyway, I'm going on a little rant here talking about that. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be, sometimes you're going to check into this channel, and you'll see me talking about politics or something like that, every now and then, because I kind of like to switch it up, because to me, too much of anything is bad. I kind of like to make sure that I switch it up and keep things fresh. But for the most part, here we are talking about boxing. So we're back on boxing, and I just wanted to talk about a few things, man. As far as matchups are concerned for the future, things that, boxing matches that I want to see, matches that I don't like, that are trying to transpire. For instance, I don't want to see Amir Khan and Floyd Mayweather. I don't want to see that fight. I don't find it interesting. I'm a fan of Mayweather. I'm a fan of Khan. But I'm losing a lot of respect for Amir Khan, because to me, he has not avenged his last few losses. When he fought Peterson, and of course, people are going to say, oh, well, Peterson was caught using steroids or what have you. But, the bottom line is that you should have avenged yourself in that fight. He didn't look good in that fight at all. If you felt that guy was using when he beat you, then you should have redeemed yourself in a rematch and beat him. I didn't like when he got slept against Garcia, and he didn't try to make an attempt to call Garcia out. The Maidana fight, where Maidana lasted all of the fight, where Maidana was not at his best. And still in the 11th round and the 12th round, Khan was hanging on for dear life. And he tried to talk as if he destroyed Maidana. I just felt like he should have called Maidana out and avenged himself against Maidana. So I just, I would like to see him redeem himself in those three fights. Um, I don't want to see him in the ring with somebody like Floyd Mayweather trying to get a big payday. I'm tired of the payday matches. I want to see the matches that everybody wants to see. I want to see fights. We've seen boxing at its highest level now, and I don't. I no longer want to see a money fight. I think it's just dumb. Safe fights, money fights. I no longer want to see them. I want to see the best skilled guys in there with the best with the next best skilled guy. If bangers, people want to see bangers. I think we need to see the best matchups that bangers have to offer. Punchers, see the next best matchup that punchers have to offer. But boxing is just being able to move around, stick and move. People don't want to see those matches anymore, and I love boxing. I love the sweet science. I love, seeing people get in and get out, stick and move, moving, slipping punches, countering and things of that nature. I love it. But the bottom line is that most of the public don't want to see it. So the majority rules, a lot of the Mexican culture is taking over the sport of boxing now. So you have to realize that that's a thing of the past now, and they're gonna make sure of that. When guys get in the ring trying to box and move around, because they've been coining the term running. You're not gonna win fights. Judges are gonna go based on your ability to actually get in there and defend yourself, but you gotta actually let your hands go. So we'll see what happens, man, in the future with some of these matchups. But Amir Khan, I don't want to see that. I would rather see Floyd in there with somebody like Thurman, somebody that can be a threat to him. I don't think that Thurman can beat him, but that's a big name. That's a name that everybody knows right now and would like to see, versus maybe Danny Garcia, Amir Khan, and some other names that we don't want to see Floyd in there. But I mean, he has the right to do it. I mean, he is the champ, and nobody can beat him, and he can make a decision on whether he fights a bum or whether he fights somebody with skill. Bottom line, I don't want to see him in there with nobody like Triple G or Andre Ward or nobody like those guys are too big. So it just doesn't make any sense to put a small guy in the ring with guys that's like literally like almost two weight classes ahead of this guy, middleweight guys, light heavyweight. So I just think it's stupid. That's dumb. That doesn't make any sense to put him in there. And then plus, he would have to put in a lot of work, hyping up the fight, especially with Triple G. It just no, I don't want to see that. Got a couple names on here. Garcia versus Maidana again. Broner, Thurman, Miguel Cotto, or Berto, or fights like Matisse versus Maidana. I've been waiting on that for a long time. Andre Ward, Triple G. I'm not going to rest until I see that. I don't want to see either one of those guys in the ring with anybody else but each other. Canelo versus Cotto, or Chavez Jr., or Triple G. Those are the ones I want to see. Khan, like I said, versus Peterson, Maidana, Garcia, Thurman, Broner. Brandon Rios versus Ortiz, Berto, or Garcia. I mean, those are the fights that I want to see, and those are the fights that I believe people would be entertained by. There's a lot of other names out there that I could list. We could throw Marquez in the mix. To me, he's getting too old now to be maneuvering around, and I mean, he has nothing to prove. He already slept Manny Pacquiao. He did what everybody wanted him to do, and there's nothing else left for him legacy-wise to do in the game of boxing. So that's my opinion, man. You guys can comment, subscribe to the channel, Hampton TV. I'll go by Superb the Son of Man on this channel right now until I actually get up and going and do things a lot more professionally than how I'm doing them. As you guys can see, I normally do my videos at work, so it's early, nobody's in the building, and I got time to kind of sit down and do videos and go over these things. But anyway, man, Peace out. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, comment and subscribe, man. Peace.